Hello, it's Agent Fox, aka Raziera, back with more Worlds 2. Well, it's Protectorate forces, so... I don't know. I don't think I do. I don't... Like, why do I need... The Protectorate. I don't need... I don't need to spare fascists. I don't need to spare fascists. Ooh, lockbox. The Lonesome Ranger. Dead man's jacket. I don't need to kill. I don't need to not kill. Another Protector. Fuck him. Ah! Damn it. This is it? That's it? Why would I need non-lethal methods for this one?
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Mobilizing. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Torpificator is charged. Batten scan.
I'm gonna be real, I think I did the right thing. Yeah, like, why would I need a non-lethal way to deal with them? Unless you're, like, doing a pacifist playthrough. I guess. But even then, it's like... I feel as if... I guess? Okay. Like... Okay.
Have an update about that personal matter. You know, the one that might, end the universe. The other universe-ending thing. Back at Winter's Grasp, I found someone was continuing Anais, Sir Bujold's research. Believe I have a lead on their identity.
Didn't you say research was destroyed? Probably shouldn't let that happen.
I wholly agree. I pieced together information from earlier leading to Golden Ridge on Dorado. Oddly enough, to the anchor hold at Matriarch's Mercy Monastery. I had Val set the location on our map. I recognize we're juggling multiple crises, but I'd suggest we journey there sooner than later. May all our travails add to the equation.
We're going back to Dorado for once.
Seems that exclusion zone wasn't just for show.
They ignored the orders or warnings and paid the price.
We're going back here.
Oh, I didn't expect us to wander into the scene of a murder, but somehow I'm not entirely surprised. Anomalous events have a way of spreading, multiplying. We should find a way inside. There might be clues to what happened, and where Anais's research is now.
There are two anchors in here, Arthur. Earlier, I only see one body.
They should have been sealed in that room to focus on their studies uninterrupted. No one in or out. I suspect the missing anchorite knows something, at least. We should ask her. Might be some signs in there of where she went. The terminal at Winter's Grasp said Anais's work was sent here. There might be signs of that, or where the missing anchorite got off to.
Private Journal. Anchoress Anya Chow. Do not read. This means you will, Wilhelmina. You flip past hundreds of dense entries full of calculations and notes of arguments. Chow was preparing the work of future debates for finding something relevant to your investigation. Later entries mention regular visits by an exemplar Southward who claimed evidence of innovation means the shortcut of solving the universal equation. After knowing the method's highly unorthodox nature, Chow she herself shut further discussions, leading the routine seeds of test awkwardness to the Southward. Dropped in a marked shift in Bryn's beliefs. The final entries, Chow appeared aware of the two were co-inspired by some hush reference to an old order research station near the Paradise Island named Point Observation. She began to believe the Brun intended on abandoning the monastery and could travel there. Chow wrote that she could further the settlement of the suspicions. Anchor's Brun saw that leading the Eagle was not considered light, to which Chow contended to consider it all for the lightness consideration, and in their eyes, a 1 plus 1 me is scrawled. Her nature is no deep concern. I can clearly say whether the blame may soon occur. It may start reversing theory into evolution the other day. The scholar reprimanded the Basar regime. A series of manifest light uses for anchors abroad have been pinned to the chalkboard. As a common threat against the current order regime, while others extend officials to the Department of Preventive Causal Redirection. I'm Patrick towards the instant. The universe goes through our primary concern, all this distraction, farce, and needless prolonging of suffering.
We should keep looking.
Blunt force trauma to the head. Puddle of blood nearby.
I've had a chance to look around. You seem like you've done a thorough sweep. We should discuss what we've uncovered.
I've identified the body. It was Anchoress Chow.
Poor thing. Blunt force trauma to the occipital lobe, I believe. Possible signs of an altercation. Might have been an accident. Might not have been. Hard to say with just a superficial glance. At the very least, her cloistermate Anchoress Brunn has some explaining to do.
Did you see what was posted? Looks like some super dense logic puzzle manifesto.
The disputation of current order methodology focuses mainly on our presiding bishop, but saves ample room for the laureate council and previous regime as well. I believe I got the gist by efficiently skimming. The general concern is that the order has lost its way. My old department is repeatedly mentioned in a favorable light. Anais' work is regarded highly.
Stab adds reference to the researcher with his
Said
grasp.
that. I believe it was Anchoress Chow's diary. Spoke about regular visits by an exemplar Southworth, who requested access to Anais' work. Chow seemed worried they were conspiring about something. That they'd mentioned an old order research station.
Any idea where Anchoress Brunn went?
That old research facility seems the most likely spot to look next. I know the coordinates on Eden, placed by the name of Point Obviation.
What else did you glean from all this?
I know what happened to Anchoress Chow, but leaving a body behind is suspicious. And the disputation reads like a call to arms for any fringe thinkers in the Order. There's no destroying the copies at this point, I'm afraid. We're past that. The research is out there. We need a way to keep anyone from taking it up further in the future. If we go in guns blazing from here, it will only continue. We need a plan to annihilate the idea.
What do you mean annihilate the idea?
This is the exact sort of work we did at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection. Diverting problematic events. We learned how to best respond once things begin to spread. We developed tactics at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection to minimize unforeseeable consequences. We can discuss once we see the situation on the ground.
There's something else I want to check on first.
Enough.
Well, it's just... Guess they're just... What? No! Wasted ammo. Point obviation. On it. Yeah, sure.
Halt! Abide! Cease any and all manner of perambulation. Don't know who you all are, but unexpected guests are categorically unwelcome here. How'd you even find this place? Maybe I should just shoot you and glean details from your logs.
Ah, exemplar, if I may. Surely you
Gurn's
recognize
back.
a notable member of our cohort, Marisol Delgado.
As in the Gernsback continuum?
Point?
A pulp writer?
Well, if I ended whoever came up with that name. Surely hope so.
You were head causality intercessor of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection, right up till the end, correct?
More or less.
Well, what a fortuitous alignment of low probability events this is. Our efforts here are based on your former department. You should confer with Anchoress Brunn straight away.
That's exactly who we're here to see.
Oh, I'm quite certain Anchoress Brunn would relish the opportunity to talk your ear off. We actually sought to find you and others of your program, Intercessor Delgado. A serendipitous event, you arriving. Nonetheless, I'd ask you to follow certain precautions. Will you heed all requests and vouchsafe for your colleagues here? Them being unknown to us and all.
We'll mind our manners, Exemplar. I'll see to it.
Then you may all proceed. You'll find Wilhelmina up the lift, 4th floor.
Welcome to Point Obviation.
Anchoress Brunn is continuing Anais' research from Winter's Grass. I'm sure of it. Best play along for now, until we can ascertain the best course of action.
I'm with Marisol. Given the security here, if we don't tread lightly, leaving peacefully might not be an option later.
Okay. Okay.
Look, everyone! It's the endpoint. Comes to join us, I take it.
I do
Biggest fan.
have a unique interest in what you all are doing here.
I am a longtime vocal exponent of your work, Intercessor Delgado. Hope you don't mind me saying. Go on up. You're expected.
Yeah, with a facility this impressive, I'm interested to see the work that warranted its construction.
Oh, who's this?
You know me, don't you?
Oh, yes, I remember you. We met earlier at the site of my former seclusion. I've heard much of your exploits since. If I recall correctly, you helped prove Anchoress Chow's argument that violence is sometimes necessary. I admit I have modified my stance toward that more recently. I understand your actions led to Sia Wiley's unfortunate demise. Such a bright boy, such promise. And as for you, I've been informed that you're Marisol Delgado. I've read your file. An impressive body of work, though often quite mortiferously inclined.
Less so over time. There were too many pesky repercussions, I came to find.
Yes, well, to what do we owe the pleasure? Are you familiar with our goals? Come to join up, perhaps, or should I say re-enlist?
Last started talking about restoring Marisol's department.
Surely you're aware of the myriad errors of our current presiding bishop and previous regime. One of whom shut down the division that operated here, the other squandered it. Our sect aims to end human suffering, sooner than later. We've taken great inspiration from your former department, from their methods and their science. To solve the universal equation in our lifetime requires bold action, clever calculation, and assiduous work.
How did you disappear from the monastery? Exemplar Southwest was involved, yes?
Yes, we have Grace, that is, Exemplar Southworth, to thank for that. Her visits to the anchor hold were quite thought-provoking, as was the research she showed me from Sia Bujold. Bujold's thinking was unconventional, ahead of her time. Why, in fact, she's here with us now today, overseeing an experiment that proves her researcher's theories.
Really? Sir Bujold is here, at present, in this facility? The one we're presently standing in?
How long has your Bushel been working here?
Not long at all. We reached out to her on Cloister. She agreed to join us immediately. If you thought her work before was captivating, wait until you hear the experiment she's overseeing now. The intent is to represent the building blocks of the universe within a test chamber, then extrapolate data revealing the universal equation from the micro-universe that forms.
Sounds like it could change everything, one might say.
Why, you should go see for yourself. As former colleagues, I'm sure you'd like to reacquaint. Go on. I'll call down to let her know you're coming.
Thanks. We'll find our way.
Wonderful. So good of you to join us. We'll speak further after you check over Sia Bujold's work and the experiment concludes.
Ooh. Level up. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. Oh, I need. Let's see. So let's see. Need pickpocket. Need pickpocket. Need manual reset. Need makeshift armor. Let's see. Well, I have been one.
Oh, so exciting.
If it ain't my favorite commander, just stopping by to chat or...
How much longer do you predict preparations will take?
Almost ready. Perfect timing for my former colleague to peer review my work.
I'll press them to verify.
Testing your controls. Return to root. Logs. Big picture. Feasibly volatile restriction for seal. May dismiss with junk sign. Feasibly volatile atomic electrodynamics researchers with tons versus the field. Many views return as drunk scientists, and yet they lack the cognitive capacity to understand some underlying principles. We focus on small things. The fundamental building blocks usually to weed out and all his families, extrapolating the necessary principles on the universal equation. And laypersons starts to create a big picture from a small one, with the hopes of considering a categorical voyage to ascension. If only the others also saw the big picture, calculated risks. If a question I want to ponder, see if this facility of volatile light down was promising. Atomic electrodynamics research so promising. Why is our facility shot more than 2 decades ago? My cousin identifies that their experiments are fundamentally flawed, chaotic, and calamitous. In this study of a fundamental forces could produce inconsistency in garbage data. Celestial slosh, they call it, using layperson the terminology to which they're figured to life's work. Some periods such tampering with electrodynamics may cause a catastrophic cascade, and potentially our own universe go prolific. Impossible. And potentially our own universe, no life in it. Impossible. Well, improbable. Let's call it extremely unlikely. But what is scientists, not a calculated risk? Back to work. Science marches on. After more than 20 years in mothballs, the Department of Revenue calls the reduction of our business. Cerebral's facility is back on track with exclusive, reclusive attention. Trial preparation is in process. Point Aviation has an intoxicating new equipment smell. Will holds original apparatus on display in the aircraft tomorrow in order to life's work. We are ready with the boldest experiment of all. Spawn mini universe simulate an assault of the universal equation. Speedily, readily, say the most importantly accurate, least within the margin of error. I think under those catastrophic flaws will be revealed. I see. So, Anais, how much are you drinking the punch?
Head Intercessor Delgado, what an opportune time for you to appear. At the perfect moment to assist our experiment.
What in the endless void are you?
Shh. Comms off, but others are near. I need your aid before this ridiculous affair careens into
Good, you're on our side.
I rely on you this time. Or will you already intend on scurrying away again?
Hold on, what are you even doing here?
I came to derail this line of inquiry in such a discommodious way that no one would ever consider trying it again. For all the aforementioned reasons of it likely causing, or at least queuing up and leading to, the end of all things. You chose to leave me behind, again. So when they came calling, I thought it an opportunity to sort it all myself. Yet, admittedly, at this moment, I could use your assistance.
This shouldn't be your burden. It's on me.
You don't get to decide that, or adjudicate, or coolly comment in a steely growl. Not falling for that a 10th time. Help, or stay out of my way.
Of course, we'll help, unconditionally.
It involves 4 stations. Each represents one of the fundamental building blocks of the universe. Zeranium gas, macro-ifs, nucleons, N-rays. All the usual stuff. That
What?
test chamber is where all are meant to mix. To simulate a mini-universe I can apply my theories to.
Those are the fundamental.
And deduce the universal equation in a reduced time frame. We know what happens if that's successful. So I need you to muck with each station's settings, then initiate the experiment.
What does exactly muck with entail?
All you need to do is adjust each station's settings slightly. Things will cascade from there. Remember, subtlety is required.
Yes, if we alter the experiment input data in a less than delicate fashion, Brun will notice, I assure you.
The guards on the 2nd floor won't appreciate visitors, so avoid getting spotted. Here's a maintenance key. Head down the vent.
Consider the experiment mucked with.
Only the fate of the galaxy riding on it, so perhaps try to be careful.
Okay, good. This is gonna be a bit.
I'm no tenured archivist, but that sounds dangerously unstable. Oh well.
Check enemy light just turned on.
Hard to get in a good sleep cycle with these constant permutations upsetting everyone's natural logarithms.
This another treat to sell. Counts per minute. Him off 5. Do not 23. Do not alter. Sure call it for business. Also, his own hand rages the two clean don't I whether the unconfigured or send an unconfigured.
Something wrong back there? Hello?
Okay, we're figuring this out. We're figuring. Do not attempt to No, it's long as the specific legend is popular in the micro universe. Except the one kind of has one intelligence in preparation for the experiment. Just leave it alone, please. God damn it. Damn it. It's an infinite time. Yeah, but I don't. $200 people do not alter. So 3. This is 300. And this is 400. So then we. That would probably be like 400, 300. That seems. Replace the exclusive location with a weird looking rock. It's not the best, but.
If you're done, evaluating my work and all settings are final, enter the terminal command to void the oxygen from the test chamber. The experiment will then begin. Commendable effort scrambling those settings.
Purges initiate experiment.
Was it a success? What happened?
Hold the applause just yet. I need to run the numbers. I'm sending the others back up to you. They can describe the proceedings in detail.
I shall await their arrival. Anchor's Brun out. That is how these messages end, yes? If not, farewell.
The results of the experiment will be a career-ending embarrassment for Anchoress Brun. But she won't accept this lightly. We'll need to do more.
Yes, our next steps here will be crucial. I know this type of mission well. Granted, my targets were always meticulously well researched beforehand.
You'll need to convince her, destroy her logic, end this research for good.
How the fuck are we supposed to do? This is going to involve math. How the fuck are we supposed to do that?
All it requires is a forceful array of incisive argumentation, logical reasoning, coercive persuasion, and cognitive contortioning.
You mean one of our old brain-off maneuvers? Really? That's what the rank and file in our old department used to call it. Provost Bolding considered it a casual moniker unbefitting of an order scientician.
Make Brun give up on science, logic, and reason entirely. Then no one will ever dare continue the research again. Between you and Marisol, it should be a light challenge.
Now that sounds particularly easy.
Going off against an order anchorite isn't entirely without risk. We could employ certain other methods to deal with her. From our former department's playbook.
Oh, yes, a book you wrote titled Making an Execution Look Like an Accident. Despite the moral quandary ideally involved, unseen consequences still abound.
That's hyperbolic at best. Data suggests significantly fewer unpredicted outcomes than outright murder, if properly executed. And I'm quite capable of skewing results in our favor.
And here I thought you'd begun to change.
What are the potential products to a logic bomb?
Success isn't guaranteed. A fair degree of cleverness is required. But you would have the help of someone reasonably intellectually nimble.
I would be willing and on hand to assist, and the other option would remain if we botch it.
Our other teammates' opinion.
I've seen plenty of folks shot. Never seen a logic bomb brain off. That's getting my vote.
We should try another amount of confidence. If we fail, accidental death or a fallback.
Seems reasonable. Appreciate you listening.
Honestly, I'm relieved as well. I have been trying to be different from the person others believe me to be.
From the legend? If you're retiring as the endpoint, we'll need to find you a colorful new sobriquet.
This is my first brain off. Any advice?
Typical argumentation may prove useless, and she'll likely see through most attempts at deception. Be clever, unpredictable, surprise her. But in the event you should fail, you'll need the Anchoress is housed in a test chamber similar to this one. It's been refurbished with. There is a hatch near the elevator upstairs. An external ledge leads to a vent system that can connect the two chambers. I'll need to make an announcement afterward. That
For an extemporaneous plan, it's not a bad one.
I'll cut off her comms when she begins pleading. Oh, that sounds even more heartless. Here's the hatch key in case. And Marisol, do keep out of trouble.
Okay then. Well. Let's think.
There you are. You saw the experiment through to the end, yes? The data hasn't arrived yet, so please do tell. Was it as beautiful as I imagined? Any inklings to the result? Or perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, Well, don't just stand there. Tell me everything.
I don't think the universe was supposed to be that color. specific color. I don't think it was supposed to be that color. It looked all over.
Are you all right? Did you hit your head coming up here? I mean, what is that supposed to mean? It couldn't.
It looked all over.
Wait. Wait.
Okay, okay.
Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry.
What is... What would make her give up on logic? What would undermine... See, the problem with this is that... The problem with these... Either of these is that she... Is that means her... Her conclusion is, like... Right? But the equipment or the staff are the problem. No, we need to convince her that that this is flawed.
Really? In what way?
Spawning a fun thing. Solid. Since when? Altering levels of nucleons and acrys and everything like unnecessary hooey.
These are all fundamental building blocks of the universe. Together, they form the primordial soup our galaxy was formed from. This is widely recognized in scientific circles. This was just a start. Such models typically make an enormous amount of errors at first. All quite expected. An anticipated setback, nothing more. It simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be making a lot out of this, though, one must say.
Or maybe one of the two isn't taking things seriously enough.
Now, I'm starting to believe you're just needle. Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. But we'll improve. We will continue to stride forward. There's absolutely no need for all this doom and gloom.
Because our predictions imply both are no to pursue this.
Is one of you now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built off Seer Bujalt's research, which is quite brilliant.
Fuck. Um...
There you. Perhaps I oughtn't have recloistered myself. What? Wait. Wait. Let's start from the beginning. Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry.
You couldn't use it all, yeah.
I assure you it is not. Grace was personally responsible. What else concerned you?
Spawning a foam universe, all the universe doesn't make a lick of sense.
Monsieur Bourgeois failed to explain. This was just a start. It simply needs to be revised and refined. I miss her skepticalness and insight. If we could agree on a topic, there could be little doubt in its logic and rectitude. Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. But we'll improve. We will continue to stride forward. There's absolutely no need for all this doom and gloom. Oh, now is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built off... That's both incorrect... There was some variance to the input data. Not far beyond acceptable parameters, but curious. Could explain the failure. Oh, come. What? I fear this was... If I may, I have a point I'd like to add. There's a critical flaw in Monsieur Bourgeois' approach I think best illustrated by this English phrase. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. I much appreciate this jest. Very simple, yet clever. Because in English, the word like can mean similar to or I prefer. And flies can be to soar, or plural of the insect. Through this perspective, it functions, makes sense, is humorous even. But in another language where words' meanings differ slightly, it does not. The framework we interpret the statement from changes, thus rendering it uninterpretable. False. Bourgeois' method of shortcutting the universal equation is much the same. It lacks context. When you extrapolate the data from the mini-universe to the larger one, the information itself may scale correctly, but fail to interrelate. This has been a difficult conversation. We tried. Our fallback... What was that? You're starting to worry me. What do you intend to do?
Well, fuck.
A tragic accident has occurred. During our recent experiment in test chamber beta, we failed to recognize that ventilation systems had been left connected to test chamber alpha. As you know, it had been recently refurbished as
So the tank is in orbit. Scales.
as an enclosure for
Orb of pondering is.
Ankaris Braun. She gave her life for science. Well, it's true that we found the related research deeply flawed, but she gave her life for the pursuit of science. As the experiment was a colossal failure, I, as senior scientist remaining, have determined we must abandon this inquiry and shut down the program immediately. Oh, such a terrible shame. Farewell!
Stress beacon. Well, that could have gone better.
I understand now why they say never meet your heroes, Intercessor Delgado. You've truly been an enormous disappointment. A key experiment fails and Anchoress Brunn falls prey to an unfortunate accident right after you and your consort arrive. And we are all to believe these events are unrelated?
That's circumstantial and more than a mite bit paranoid. I expect better from an Order scientician. Even one from the Department of Applied Scientism.
Don't think I don't see your handprints all over this, Delgado.
This is your first place to say things and you're feeling guilty about it, I see.
Don't try to lay the responsibility for this on me. I'm not buying it. The Anchoress, poor trusting soul that she was, may have believed you were here in good faith. But I don't. You're looking more and more like enemies to me. Fascinating. I'm well versed in manipulative prevarication from feckless mutineers. Try again. Or try facing a gauntlet of well-trained exemplars. I could always choose for you. Really? You don't say. I know you're to blame. Fellow exemplars of the
Guns locked and loaded. After the six. Re-engaging.
Your immediate demise is a 29.7%.
Regain line of sight to target. Spy move!
Well, that completely failed.
Mobilizing.
Ready to take the heat off
weaknesses. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Taking target analyzed. Lay down fire.
God damn it. You?
Oh, look who it is. The legendary former head intercessor of the Order. Another mission successfully completed. Made it through all that without a scratch, hmm? Glad to see. Say, I know this was difficult and rather a mess, but you listened. You tried to do right before you did what you must. I appreciate it, the attempt. No matter how that may sound.
The credit or blame belongs to the commander here. It was their decision, ultimately.
You forget I know you. You always thought you knew better. No one could ever convince you of anything.
There are a few things I'm still not used to saying. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Please. And thank you. But thank you, Anais.
At any rate, I'm off. Before I forget. Meant to give you this earlier.
Oh, thank you, Anais. Goodbye.
Guess we'll never know what happened to Dangerous Chow.
Oh, Brun obviously murdered her. Thought you knew that. Perhaps it was an accident. Perhaps she simply wanted to knock Chow unconscious so she could sneak away. Or not. Indefinite immurement isn't for everyone. But her canned, feigned concern about Chow, how she kept changing the subject, both belied an underlying sense of guilt to me.
You're sure you're doing alright out of that?
Not really. Not yet, at any rate.
Seer Bujoul sure was something. Hope you didn't take any of her harsher comments to heart.
Well, I hope.
Commander, it's customary to evaluate results after a mission of reasonable significance. Would now be good? I've had
Sure.
some time to cogitate over what occurred at Point Obviation. Some parts don't sit right with me still. Wonder if you and I might talk it through.
You're stuck on what I'm talking there, Brun?
Yes. With the work I used to do, I'm no stranger to guilt and regret. Midway into my requisite sleep cycle is when it usually plagues me the most. We could have done better by Anchoress Brun. If we'd properly convinced her to abandon the research, I'd doubtlessly still lament duping her, but she'd be alive. And yet, such actions were par for the course for me in the past. When my remorse for Brun rears its head, it will need to get in line.
I'd bet. The Southwest reaction is the farthest thing from your mind.
Well, I wouldn't bet against you there. Yes, Southworth was complicit. And now she's dead.
Or at least we don't have to worry about the universe ending now, for that reason, that is.
At least. According to Anais, we could have reduced the likelihood of that occurring by completing the brain off. It's not anywhere near zero, but it's unlikely.
This time I started feeling about. Yeah, that's so nice.
She seemed pleased that we at least attempted to address her concerns, so I've changed, apparently. Thanks to you.
Yes, you do seem different. You've been being since I left
It's been
point.
a while since anyone gave me a good talking to like Anais did. And I'll admit your influence has been rather positive. I'm pleased with the path I'm on now. I didn't think this is what the plan had in store for me. I've been facing myself with this. Appreciate you taking the time to talk.
I'm. Man.
I look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion now. How might we be of use to one another?
Crash file found. Information retrieved. Here you are.
Excellent! Take that, reductionists! Your horrid little surveillance devices shall finally be used for what their purpose should have been. Don't tell anyone about that outburst, please. Here's something to keep you quiet.
I think I'm more improving myself. Can I meet with presiding bishop? No.
Yes, you've earned not only my trust, but the Order's as well. I've informed the presiding bishop you're coming to speak. I'm sure I don't need to say this. But if you even think about bringing harm to Ruth,
Okay, we're.
Ah, you've made such progress moving us toward an Order Anti's Choice alliance. Everything seems to be going according to the plan so far. But we approach a critical juncture. When you go in to speak with the presiding bishop, please raise the issue with her. I assure you this is the correct thing to do. For yourself, for us, for Arcadia. If you continue working for the Order alone, it will likely burn any possible bridge with Anti's Choice. So this is our last and only chance.
I understand. I'll bring it up with her.
Farewell. I would say good luck, but I put no stock.
Okay then. Save game. Wish I could. Nah. Okay. Bring it up immediately. Bring it up.
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased my waiting is finally at its endpoint. For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart. A bright star in a constellation of possibilities, as it were. Now, with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause.
I'll continue to help you, so long as I receive something in return.
You must have suffered greatly in your life to have developed. Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners strengthen developing relations. I am Ruth Basar, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, supreme calculator, and, plan willing, the architect of Arcadia's prosperous future.
It's honor to meet you, Presiding Bishop.
I admit, when I sent my initial message, I did not exactly know your recent exploits at Greater Trank, confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station. Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement.
You're welcome. It was a close thing. If I'm honest.
By all reports, it was. But the plan evidently has greater outcomes prepared for Vicar Levin.
Evans is a good man.
At that, I consider him a close personal friend, and I cannot say that about many. However, there's something of even greater import we must discuss. It's recently come to my attention that secret communications have been exchanged between Laplace's garden and the undisputed claim. Do you know anything about that?
I'm working with Gertie and Alden to negotiate. And Alden. There's a negotiation between.
I should have known. Vicar Levin has made this appeal to me at least thrice since his return. He really cannot accept a solution he did not devise.
You consider a wise leader, Bishop. Wise enough to see the potential benefits here.
Wise enough to recognize the perils, too. But the right course often involves remaining open to new possibilities. I will put the question to you one final time. Are you certain you would rather pursue this path than work exclusively with the Order? There will be no future option to reconsider.
I mean, if it's the best thing, I'm sure Auntie Stress will work together.
I will endeavor to bring that vision. A true in-person meeting between myself and Auntie could never take place due to the security. The odds of you persuading Auntie Cleo to agree are unfavorable. But the math does improve if you have greater standing within her corporation.
I'll do whatever it takes to an audience with her.
Once you have met with Auntie, instruct her to send me a communique. We can finesse the detail. My time is yours, for the moment.
Let's pick this back up.
Failed to cite her work completely. I worked with presiding Bishop Orlo, you know. Now there was a serious scientician.
Well,
Be the statistical exception to the natural state of entropy in the universe.
it ain't my favorite commander. Just stopping by to chat, or...
On the undisputed claim. Well, the undisputed claim.
This is Anti-Cleo, offering a warm welcome to all visiting Anti's Choice employees, affiliates in training, and ethically gray consultants who labor with committing to a side. With Anti's Choice. As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I want to
You go on ahead. I'm shilly-shallying about what to do.
I do enjoy spectating sporting matches as much as
Please have identification, transfer work, and a reasonable bribe at the ready. Ah, you're not a transfer or visiting the Auntie's Choice employee. I'll need to check your current standing with corporate affairs.
Is that necessary? I have an invitation to Gertie Hewitt.
Oh, I didn't realize I was talking to... Alrighty. Really? Reads like a recap of an Aetherwave drama. You're clearly a valued partner of Auntie's Choice. But your standing with us could be higher if you accepted our special offer. All it requires is allowing us to affix an Auntie's Choice holo advertorial inside your ship, so you can bear our messaging with pride and share it across Arcadia.
No. Absolutely not. No. Absolutely not.
Go on ahead, enjoy your time on the ACS Undisputed Claim. From there, amble through the Esplanade to the head office tower reception desk. They can contact Vice President Hewitt and provide
such a relatable interest. See supporters
Berry lunch. There's always time for berry lunch.
above the line,
And even those berry munch. When you don't have time for berry lunch, there's always berry munch.
Station. Current intake.
Vermiculate. Still my favorite word.
company has grown, evolved,
soldier with the arm. Got a delivery for you. Got a delivery for an Inez Silong? That you? I mean, I'm sure it's you, considering there aren't many of you folk running about. But I've got to ask, company policy.
Yeah, it's me, all right. Who is asking?
Knew that.
Exactly?
Hey, just a courier friend. Nothing funny like. A soldier named Ortiz hired me to find you, if I could, and deliver this message.
What's the message say?
Couldn't tell you. The client paid extra for complete confidentiality and prompt delivery. As a reminder, we don't offer return to sender service.
Ain't heard from Ortiz in months. When we get back to the ship...
Okay.
I'm sure this is impressive to someone, but not me.
You will live the life of an evocative allegory and thrill-seeking adventurist, and help bring Auntie Cleo's astonishing new...
You there! Yes, you! I'd recognize your kind anywhere. You're one of those folks that eats food, and I've got just the sort of grub you've been missing.
Equitable profits, beneficent scheduling...
Chewing is for chumps and injecting is for idiots. Come ingest your nourishment.
Unrelated bric-a-brac. We got your unrelated bric-a-brac right here.
Unparalleled systems that bring the best things...
Oh, hey, think you dropped something?
Feeling queasy? Seeing spots? Bleeding from orifices either...
Yeah, but where's the weaponry?
It's the burning sensation on everyone's tongue and upper GI tract.
Hey, go-getter. Get yourself over here. You. Yes, you. The maverick outsider with a dynamic joie de vivre. Do come hither.
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away!
I'm Jean Trevor, sixth person for the Anti-Cleo's Darlings. Iconic Spacers chosen goal in the 56th inning, then made a Sunday goal to win the game. Whenever I see that mean man's grinning face.
Samples from our nutritious tobacco line.
Purple berry product samples! Purple berry product samples!
Oh, hey, think you dropped something?
Back at you. I'm Anti-Cleo.
Yeah, you dropped something. Word to the plenty of opportunists here, eager to take you for all you're worth. You're lucky I found this, thing you dropped. Get me?
Alright, hand over what it is you so inexpertly passing me. Sources convey the middle-aged students we are done with being passed over. We need to take action. Our son conscious action through a KO Roxy. We're ready to back steerage, which I am credited as sponsored by Stoogie Slins to discuss this same business that you believe will shake fans with parties. Pursuing yours, middle-aged Twombly.
On just how much money your toil is netting us. It's time for product forecast
Spectrum Vodka.
product development.
Ever miss a limited time offer and wonder about how your life would have been? You seem like a go-getter. Let's consume sometime.
Sales of new and improved stimulants and supplements are up 11% quarter over quarter. Experimental operations where top
Experience the most sought-after inebriates on the undisputed claim.
Are there? No.
we market the most miscellaneous miscellany on the ACS.
Feast your up.
Okay. Vortex Mall. These are customers tonight. You guys are less spicy they are. Full candid. Visual utility grip. That's decryption key. Vortex. No.
In our
budget for the next fiscal semi-decade. Credit where it's due. To me, as your chief executive, I've fostered a healthy, cutthroat
You there!
rivalry
Yes, you!
between our
I'd
top
recognize your
divisions.
kind anywhere.
Jealousy, hard feelings, greed, stirring the pot unorthodox? Well, no.
Purple-berry product samples! Purple-berry product samples!
Samples from our
You don't even have weapons.
You're welcome, employees. A profitable day.
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away!
Want to control their subjects' thoughts, to safeguard them very hard, to hide them away from danger. I'm Auntie Cleo, and I won't lie. The universe is filled with things that want to kill you. Luckily, our products
From pop guns to self-propelled cannons, I have whatever size weapon you need to make all your problems stop dead.
Succeeds in ventilating you.
Which do you like invading more? The Protectorate or the Order?
All that Protectorate EA saying is downright unnerving, but at least they don't worship numbers or some such.
I never know what either of them are saying half the time.
Who do you think's getting this big promotion?
My bets are on Ormsby. She's the more predacious of the two.
Can't tell the difference between cover and concealment.
Then you need a good set of arms.
Here we are. The proverbial belly of the beast.
But what if we go? This is a lot of. But what if we go here though?
Yes, may I help you some? Please go tell your manager to fire you. Then follow proper protocols, or we'll find other vendors to patronize.
I'm like, yeah, I'm the totally person.
Oh, really? You think that you belong? The owner tasked me with maintaining the posh allure of the best choice, and you are hardly the good. Now, please.
Okay.
See that vent? Give you one guess where it leads to.
It's just a lounge.
Everybody do your jobs, and there won't be a next time.
Attention, morally gray outsider. The adventure of your lifetime awaits. Auntie's choice is hired.
Maybe
base rank and file. The big rip.
Miss Togi Stimp.
News from home, but we took what nature heedlessly assembled and fastly rebettered it through artificial means. At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial. Artificiality is our guiding principle. Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals. With Auntie's Choice. An artificial life is
Mister, any bits to spare? Ever read the Middle Manager Handbook? Really shores up the foundation for fundamentals.
Why, looky here. It's our... I see you got her message. Glad you followed up. Now, the question is, are you just here to work an angle, or were you moved by our plight?
No, let's lie on the details. What's the predicament?
When the brass sets an impossible deadline, who do you think everybody on the floor gets mad at? When trials run late because some lab tech melted, who catches upstairs ire? See, us in middle management, we get none of the credit, all of the blame. Catch hell coming and going, with nary a promotion or raise in sight. Well, we've had it. We pulled our funds to hire a maverick outsider like yourself to collect useful information on 3 local persons of interest to help us climb the ladder.
Tell me the details.
First person is Melquiades Alcantara, proprietor of the Bottom Runger. Came up with this new drink, the Raptidon Bite. Everyone's dying to try it. We want the secret recipe. The second is an unnamed individual. Shows up at the Esplanade every day with a mop and an armed escort. What's his story? What does he know?
And why is he always waving at everybody and smiling too?
Head back here when you're done with them 2.
Who you mentioned 3 years. Who's the third?
The third target we'll talk about after. Sort of anything else?
Wait, why would a janitor have an armed
That's
escort?
what we want to find out. And that whole smiling business, anybody that's secure in their place here has to have dirt on somebody. Something that we could capitalize on. Wonderful, wonderful. Let me just say that we're all... See everybody? Things are looking up already. Upper middle management, here we come.
I'll have you know my panhandling license is completely up to date.
Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because
Wait. We could literally just,
but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy approval process our overbearing neighbors employ. Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now? As a responsible member of society, we allow you to take part in public product testing, respecting your right to risk a few pesky side effects.
Whoa. Ain't heard from Ortiz in months. When we get back to the ship, let's give this a watch.
Place is dynamic, efficient, and well-suited to the shifting needs of our populace. After all, that's what
Purple berry product samples! Purple berry product samples!
say Auntie's Choice and Sub Rosa are no different. Talk about
Close enough.
naivete. Each has got its own
Hey! Didn't you hear me growl in a discouraging manner? The first testee ain't to be disturbed.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm gonna, converserate a little. Just wait over there for me or something.
As you wish. Retreating to hover at a respectful distance.
Sorry, they get a mite carried away most times.
First testee, huh? Sounds like you're not a guess.
Oh, that. Yeah. Wish they wouldn't say that. Ain't accustomed to fancy titles. Don't mind them. They're here to make sure nothing happens. To me, that is. On account of being a close personal friend of Auntie Cleo. It's all a bit much, to be honest. But I guess it's like Auntie always says, anything worth doing is worth overdoing completely.
You're being able to call Auntie a different name there. Your auntie's close personal friend?
I've known her since I had all my, most of my limbs intact. No, all. Definitely all. Though I may have been missing an index toe or two. Been a while, that is. Anyhow, probably shouldn't just mull about here engaging in idle talk.
Enough of that. You ain't idling. You're networking. Expanding business opportunities. That's my go-to line anyway.
Oh, guess I was at that, huh? Thanks. Like your arm, by the way. Mine is just boring metal.
Oh, it saves me from small talk, mostly. Ain't many folk who aren't put off by the limb and avoid me entirely, if I'm honest.
How about Grammy Brew then?
Hey, stay here, will you? Me and my new,
Staying put, but keeping alert as if our jobs and or lives depended on it.
Be at the bottom runger.
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! Literally giving them away!
Then our company has grown, evolved, consumed the first of many rivals. But that original goal remains. One of our goals. Yes, now we strive to spread unfettered free trade and self-betterment throughout the galaxy. But we do so while you persist, well fortified by our...
Right, so, how does this all work exactly? They bring you a drink, and then people just, converserate?
Yes, but small talkers are small people. People talk about topics. Matter, talk about that as a matter.
Right, and I'd add that big talk is for big people who matter. So we don't talk about work matters or our day. Okay then. What other sort of stuff you want to talk about? The weather, maybe?
It's time to call on to another name, or what does she used to go by?
Oh, Felicity. Felicity Carroll. Dr. Felicity Carroll, eventually. So, guess she's, Dr. Auntie Cleo now, technically?
Interesting!
She came to be lead scientist of research and development at Numa Experimental Station. I knew her when she was just Felicity, back in the good old days, when the company still did, human testing first, instead of just letting stuff willy-nilly out into the wild like now. I was her best test subject.
Not making claims? Say that. Definitely a distinctive claim.
Guess that's why them guards call me the first testee. Hadn't occurred to me before. Auntie must have come up with it.
So what was Auntie Cleo really like back then?
Sure was determined. I'll tell you what. Made her own healing grease in a rusty old can of Spacer's chalk. Got one of them entry science jobs at Auntie Cleo. You know, the corporation. Not the person. Was a whole different person back then, if you can believe it. Started scaling the corporate ladder right quick. Weren't too long before she left the colony completely.
She doubtlessly regretted you, leaving you behind.
You think? I'd sure like to think so. Not that I'd want her to feel bad or sad or nothing. You got me reminiscing something fierce. Did I mention she and I shared an expired chum bar once? Good times.
Late food once? Is that? Is that so? Recall anything else?
Maybe I can remember other important things like that. I'll sure try. You know, this is nice. Talking like this is much better than when the other person just ambles off like they never heard you.
How's your relationship with Auntie? How did Auntie become Auntie?
All I know is one day, Felicity said she was up for a promotion to be Auntie. Said it was an idea that went through every generation or some such. Auntie, she told me once she needed to climb to the top no matter what. But that she was real sorry about the people she had to step on to get there, though.
Us, that's probably not as hard as it sounds. Maybe send jest.
Ink? I mean, admit I sometimes don't get, jokings or inference. Maybe you're right.
Are there how many anti-clowns?
That's not exactly something I've been privy to, per se. All I know is Auntie's has been around a lot long. Can't see anyone else coming after my Auntie, though. Wouldn't imagine she'd allow it. But I don't know. Maybe the job ain't cracked up like it seems.
I'm sure your Auntie Cleo is the best one yet, with you as a friend.
Well, thanks. I don't rightly know how that would have any bearing on it, but I sure appreciate the sentiment. That might be all I want to talk about. The rest makes me, I don't know, would hate to be rude. You come out with me and all.
There's one last thing I wanted to ask you about, if that's okay? It's not there if you'd like.
Well, you know what? I haven't felt this springy inside since...
That's some interesting information, wouldn't you agree? Anyways.
Get you something?
There's a man here offering us a special drink.
All the yelling. Could listen to that all day, every day. Actually, I have. That'd be Melquiades. Afraid he stepped away to his office.
See what you...
Out of the Raptidon bite.
That's right. Anyways, it's been 2 hours. I'm gonna save here and... This is Agent Fox, aka Raziera, signing off.